Shannon Reinhardt versus Thomas Tollefson. All right, Ms. Reinhardt, you're the plaintiff. Let's hear your case.
Okay, Mr. Tollefson came to my house 30 days after my husband passed away and stated, with his brother standing there, that he was there for a toolbox. I said, I have 3 toolboxes. Next time he'll just look at me. And then a second later, he says, I'm here for my toolbox. I said, I have 3 toolboxes. Knock, 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 right behind him. My husband's ashes from a mortician was delivered. So I took the ashes of my husband. I walked through and I went to my bedroom. By the time I went to my corner of my bed, Mr. Tollefson was walking in my bedroom. I told him, stop, don't walk in my bedroom, go home. He was less than 2 miles away. And I said, go home, Tommy. There's nothing here that you own, which is true. He hadn't seen or worked with my husband 7 months before he passed away. I called him and my husband's sister. He never came up and said goodbye because I said, Tommy, he might die. You better come say goodbye to my husband. He never showed up for 16 days. From February 1st to 16th, my husband died. He didn't show up. But 30 days later, in March, he shows up with his brother and says he wants a toolbox. I said, again, Tommy, I have 3 toolboxes. And he never answered it because, I don't know. And then my husband's ashes arrived. I went in my bedroom. I told Tommy never to come in my bedroom, never come in my house. You go home and stay there because there's nothing here of his. But yet, after he did that, I didn't know this for the police report. I didn't know my neighbor, Mr. Mankey, called him that day earlier and said, if you own anything, Shannon looks like she's having a garage sale. So you better go over there and get it. He called Mr. Mankey back 5 or 10 minutes later or whatever, because he didn't talk to me. He said, yeah, I talked to Shannon. She knows I'm coming for I don't know. But we'll just not talk about a toolbox, Your Honor. There was a racing engine, $2,000. I guess that went with the toolbox since it was right next to it. So tell me about this engine, Mr. Tollefson.
Well, he's not going to tell you. He's going to tell me.
Yeah, he didn't say anything about it.
This is the best intro because the plaintiff immediately explains the dramatic dispute. After her husband died, Thomas came to her home asking for a toolbox, entered the bedroom area, and allegedly took a toolbox, tools, and a racing engine. The story quickly becomes more serious when she says the police report confirmed that he admitted taking the items. This opening establishes the conflict immediately and gives viewers a strong reason to keep watching to hear Thomas's side and the judge's decision.
Engine.
All right,
Okay.
I think I understand what you're saying.
From Mr. Gary LaFontaine, it was full. I mean, it was empty. When he took my toolbox, it's 1,000 pounds without my tools. He took the tools too. And the police officer said, and he admitted he took those 3 things, a toolbox, tools, and my engine. He found him in his barn or whatever. So he doesn't deny that he took those things.
Thank you, Ms.
That's
Hunter.
it.
Mr. Tollefson, let's hear from you.
So, me and her husband, Mr. Reinhardt, had purchased this toolbox from a friend of ours named Gary LaFontaine. Me and Bob bought this toolbox together. We each paid the $250 for the box. Okay. I left it at his house. He says, hey, this is ours together. Let's just leave it here. I said, sure, Bob. You know, I worked for Bob for years. Okay. He was like a father to me. He taught me my trade that I know now. So I left the box there. Later down the road, they had an issue with their roof leaking. So they weren't able to come up with the funds to repair the roof. And I mean, I felt so bad. I figured, hey, Bob, let's do this repair. I will pay for the roofing material as much as I can out of my pocket, also with labor. So I buy the roofing material from Galatello's Roof Building Supply. We do the roof. Some time goes by, and Bob says, "Yeah, no, I don't know how I could ever pay you for this." And I said, "Hey, just give me that old motor over there, and we'll call it a wash." Okay. He says, "Yeah. I mean, the motor's not nowhere near worth the $1,500 or $1,400 that I paid for the roofing material, but it was out of good heart, right?" The day I went over there to retrieve my items, yes, her neighbor Walt Mankey called me and says, "Hey, there's a bunch of people over there kind of running in and out of the place. You might want to go check on your stuff or retrieve your things." before they're lost. I said, okay. He said, I'll meet you over there. I said, okay. Went over there that day with my brother. And that day actually is when Bob's ashes did get delivered to the house. I actually did go outside. I retrieved the ashes from the gentleman in the driveway, brought them inside to Shannon, put them on the table. And then we talked and we were all kind of mingling. And then I explained to Shannon what I just explained to you. Shannon, I'm going to take this motor for the amount that I had given you guys for the roof, and I will be taking this toolbox. And she says, okay, if you guess that's right. And I said, well, yeah. And then there was a dispute after I took the stuff on the $250 of Mr.
Yeah.
Ryan's Hart's half.
Where's that 250 in the police statement?
Ms.
He said he
Reinhardt,
was gonna
Ms.
pay.
Reinhardt,
Yeah, you didn't bring.
Ms.
cash.
Reinhardt, please, you
Yeah, I'm
had your
sorry.
opportunity.
I'm sorry,
You'll
Your
get
Honor, I
another
just don't like
opportunity.
lying stuff. Or, I'm sorry, I didn't say that, Tommy.
The day the officer showed up at my house with Mr. Mankey, he came over. I opened up my shop, said, here's the toolbox. There were tools inside that she was talking
And
about.
an engine. Well,
And the engine, yeah.
engine.
The tools were inside the box, as she was talking about. And he said, well, I talked to Mrs. Reinhardt. She says, if you bring the tools from the toolbox back in the $250, it'll be a wash. And so that's what me and my brother did. We returned all the tools from inside the toolbox back to her residence, and with the $250 on Mr. Reinhardt's tax. And that's where it stands.
Again, what, the motor, what about this engine that you took?
Ms. Reinhardt,
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
no,
Can I, okay, I'll be quiet.
stop,
Okay,
stop.
all right, I'm sorry.
You'll get another turn.
Okay, I
You
didn't.
don't get anywhere talking on top of Mr. Tollefson or on top of me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Mr. Tollefson, do you have any evidence or proof that you gave $250?
That I do not. My brother, I was not able to get a hold of my brother. He was out of town. He was not able to make me a statement for that. So no, I do not.
Thomas explains why he went to the house and claims the toolbox was jointly purchased with a deceased husband. He says he had paid for roofing materials and labor, and that the racing motor was given to him as compensation. The tension rises when he says he took the toolbox and motor after discussing it with Shannon. Shannon then tries to interrupt and challenge his version, forcing the judge to step in and warn her that she will get another turn. The judge then directly asks Thomas whether he has proof that he returned the tools and paid the $250, and Thomas admits he does not.
I'm pretty sure she has recollection of me giving her the $250, but that's all hearsay.
I won't say anything, except I can rebuttal some, I'm sure. Rebuttal.
Tell me about this engine. Ms. Reinhardt said it's a $2,000 racing engine.
So I believe I took a picture of it, maybe exhibit. Which exhibit would it be in? Oh, exhibit 4. Photos of toolbox and racing motor, if you're able to pull that up.
Really?
Yeah. The motor is barely a rebuildable motor. It looks like it's a boat anchor. I mean, I know nothing about the internals of this motor. I don't even know if it runs. It was just something under Bob's bench that had sat forever. I like hot rods. I've got an old pickup. I said, Bob, if you would like to trade the motor for the money that I've provided, we'll call it a squash. You know. And then he said, sure, that'd be awesome. I mean, I was just doing it out of good faith, knowing that this motor is nowhere near worth the $1,400 and so that I had given them. But I guess that's for you guys to decide.
All right, Ms. Tollefson, I will give you a chance. Go ahead. You tell me what you want to say in response to what Mr. Tollefson just said.
First, I'm 1% of whatever population. I testified in Superior Court 40 years ago against a murderer. I smile, I might laugh. I do have a disability, I guess, like that, because I was told then the judge said she's smiling or laughing because it's stressful. So I'm sorry I disrespected your courtroom by doing that. And what I want to ask him is, he got phone calls on the first of my husband in February. He could have went up to the hospital and got a written agreement. I think, isn't it the law? I don't know. Even if my husband was alive, I'd still have that stuff. But if he died tomorrow, he would still come over and do that because I don't know why. But it was a verbal contract. He didn't say anything to me about a verbal contract standing in my room, my bedroom, or my front door. He didn't say. He said, "I'm here to collect my toolbox." He said that twice. But then, knock, knock, knock. My husband's ashes get delivered from the mortician, and that's it.
Let's stop. Stop.
Oh,
for a
I'm
second.
sorry.
I don't want to hear anything else
Okay, I'm
about
sorry.
your husband's
Okay, I don't
actions.
have any
I'm
rebuttal
sorry.
questions.
I'm
Okay.
sorry that occurred.
Okay,
And I
me
know
too.
that's stressful to you. It's got nothing to do with this case, okay?
I don't have
So
any
don't
rebuttal.
keep harping on
Because I
that.
don't know what to
It
ask.
doesn't get you anywhere.
Okay.
All right, do you have anything else you want to say at this
No, I
point?
don't.
I have some questions for
listen.
you.
Really.
Is Mr. Tollison correct that he provided some money for roofing materials for your house?
No.
No, he's not correct, or
He
no, you don't
did
know?
not do anything about the roofing. I don't know where he came up with that. So no, he didn't do anything, but he hadn't worked with my husband 7 months prior to my husband dying. So I don't know what he's talking about a roof thing. No idea.
Mr. Tollison, when did you provide that money? For the roofing material?
The roofing material?
Yeah, more than
Oh.
7 months apparently. Previous to this.
Yeah. It was, off the top of the cuff, I'm not sure, Your Honor. I believe it was June 2021, June 2021-ish. When I
Tollison, or Ms.
provided.
Reinhardt, do you recall roofing work done on your home in 2021, 2022?
Yeah, but my husband was alive and we paid the roofing man. He had to come back twice during the rainy season because there was still a slit between our addition and stuff. So I have no idea why he thinks he did that because he didn't, but my husband's not here to talk about it. I just
So
know we had a
you're
roof put
not
on.
sure whether,
Yeah, no, he's not. No, my husband, we bought the material and all that. Tommy, I don't know what. He didn't, it's not true.
did you get your toolbox back?
No, or no.
So you're saying that Mr. Tollison is not being truthful when he says he gave your toolbox?
That's true.
No,
And
wait
he
a minute.
didn't pay
tools
me
You
either.
gave the
I don't know
tools
why.
back.
Correct.
Did
Because
you
even
get
in
the
the police
tools back?
statement, he says, I was gonna give her $250, but he didn't.
Ms. Reinhardt, the
No.
question
Okay.
is, did you get the tools back?
No,
This was 1,000 pounds of tools that he took. Is that right?
no, the toolbox was a master mechanics. It was like 13 drawer Mac. Me and my husband, got it and we brought it home. We took the tag of the Mac on it, the metal, and put it on the top right drawer on top. So I don't know. And Mr. Tollis, I mean, we got that from Gary LaFontaine. My husband did work for it and cash. And he wasn't even involved there doing it. I mean, I don't know. No, I took it and I didn't think he did it. I didn't know about until I got the police report that Mr. Mankey called him.
Mr. Mankey's got nothing to do with
Yeah, I
this
know.
either.
So I didn't know he was, Mr. Mankey didn't come in and talk to me. His brother was standing there. And they all live in this county, let alone the state.
So your testimony is you didn't get tools back.
No,
You didn't get $250
no.
back.
Or the engine, I guess you can call it.
So Ms. Reinhardt, what is it you're asking me to do?
To give me the money because you can't get back the toolbox. That's what the policeman said. And I didn't do a homeowner's claim because I was also accused of abuse. I did it somehow to myself and I was going to turn it into my homeowner's insurance, which I never did. And I was a senior citizen before this happened. I mean, more of a senior citizen, disabled in 1996. I was 65 years young.
My question was,
Yeah,
what
money.
is it you want? You want the toolbox And you won $250?
No, he never get, the toolbox is worth $10,000 easy without my tools. 1,000-pound toolbox, Your Honor. I don't know why he took what he did, because he did, and he didn't talk about me to me, else I would have not let.
This is one of the most important sections because the judge forces Shannon to clarify exactly what she wants. She confirms that she did not receive the tools or the $250, while Thomas maintains that he returned them. When the judge asks about the value of the property, Shannon dramatically claims that the toolbox alone is worth $10,000, despite earlier discussing different amounts. The judge repeatedly tries to narrow down the actual claim, making this a strong confrontation and turning point in the case.
Let him come. I wouldn't have, if I would have known Mr. Mankey had his heavy equipment, his John Deere, my neighbor, I thought, oh, he's crazy. What is he talking about? He didn't even say the master mechanic toolbox, because I did have 3 toolboxes in the garage, and that one was the biggest and the brightest in the 2 years. My husband Gary and him were best friends. I mean, Mr. Gary Fontaine, who is a master mechanic, he and my husband were best friends, and I
And
was
is it
there
true,
when my husband
Ms.
asked me what I
Reinhardt,
wanted.
Is it true that
So, I guess
your
money.
husband worked with Mr. Tollefson?
Huh?
Is it true
No.
that your husband worked with Mr. Tollefson?
For on and off for years, that my husband would be on a union job or getting prevailing wage. He couldn't work on those because he partaked in drugs. He doesn't have a clean urine. Well, I know, it's funny, huh, Tommy? Because your mom just
Ms.
passed away.
Reinhardt, we're not here to
And she
call
lives
names
like
at
3
each
miles.
other.
Oh, I'm just saying,
Doesn't
he
get-
couldn't. He did, even marijuana is okay, but I don't do it. But my husband hadn't seen or talked to him for over 7 months
Reinhardt,
before he
you're not-
passed away.
You're not making the case here.
So I don't understand
You're
your
being
question.
all over the board. I
No,
can't
no,
tell
I'm
what's
saying,
going.
what is your question? Before COVID and after COVID, my husband, he worked for my husband's business. During and after COVID, he had started his own business. That's a fact. My husband didn't work with him all the time, but my husband had other jobs to do. So that's what it is.
So, Mr. Tollefson, you have the toolbox
Correct,
minus the tools.
correct.
You returned the tools and gave Ms. Reinhardt $250.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cash or check?
Cash.
And your brother was present when that happened, but he's not here today.
Fortunately, no.
Ms. Reinhardt, did you
Yes.
get the tools back or not?
No, I didn't.
And
I
you
didn't
didn't
get
get the
$250 either.
$250 either.
No, I didn't.
Was there ever a situation where Mr. Tollefson and his brother were present at your residence?
Yes, him and his brother Adam were standing in my side my front door for approximately 2 minutes or less.
Is that when they came for the tools?
No,
first
he
time?
didn't say anything about any. He just said, I'm here for my
Wait.
toolbox. No, he didn't
Ms.
say anything.
Reinhardt, please. Were they there once? Mr. Tollefson and his brother there once, or were they there twice at your house
Just once when he took the stuff.
when they took it? And
Mhm.
you're saying he never came back.
No,
Well, you put me in a very difficult position, the two of you, because Mr. Tollefson, your story sounds pretty accurate, pretty straightforward, except you don't have any proof. You don't have a brother to say, yep, we gave it back. You don't have a check to say, I gave her $250. You don't have proof of the $1,400 that you spent on roofing
It
materials.
should be in the under,
I'm not seeing anything in the file that you provided.
what? There's no, I sent everything to the clerk a week ago.
I didn't see anything yesterday, and I don't see anything today.
What in the world? I sent everything in last Friday.
So what was the date that you bought the roofing materials?
10/23/2022 from Galatello Building Supplies. I purchased $1,482 worth of roofing materials. Would you like to, can I present this to you, Your Honor?
No, I just wanted that date.
Okay.
I'll probably track it down at some point. And Ms. Reinhardt, your testimony is, your recollection is that the roof repairs that were done on your house were all paid for by you and your husband.
By me and my husband, money. But like I said, the roofer had to come back twice to fix the kind of patches.
And in your claim, Ms. Reinhardt, you said you want $7,000. Is that right?
Yes.
And tell me how you arrive at that number.
The 5,000 is for the toolbox alone and the engine 2,000, because I can't prove, I don't have pictures of my Craftsman and all my different types of tools I had in it. Even though I did, it came empty, but yet he took it and I had.
The judge explains that both sides have created a difficult situation because Thomas's story sounds straightforward, but he has no supporting proof. He has no brother available to confirm the alleged return of the tools, no proof of the $250 payment, and no documentation showing the roofing expense. The tension increases when Thomas insists that he sent his evidence to the clerk, but the judge says nothing is appearing in the file. Shannon is then questioned about her $7,000 claim and explains that she values the toolbox at $5,000 and the engine at $2,000.
Tools. It's okay. I'm not going to say it's okay. I'm sorry.
Well, here's where I wind up. I wind up at 50-50. And by that I mean, I don't think that either side has really persuaded me in this case. As I
Did
say,
you repeat
Ms.
that sentence
Reinhardt,
again, Your Honor?
hold on, hold on,
my
Ms.
hearing is
Reinhardt.
What did you say?
Last word, go ahead.
Okay.
Ms. Reinhardt, as the plaintiff, you have the burden of proof. You have to persuade me by preponderance of the evidence that you're correct. You have a claim that's not supported by any evidence in the form of a written document or anything else that shows that the toolbox is worth $5,000, that this engine is worth $2,000. Mr. Tollefson, on the other hand, says, we bought this toolbox for $500, $250 each from Mr. Tollefson and from your husband. Mr. Tollefson says he gave you the tools back that were in the box and gave you $250. You said that's not so. Mr. Tollefson says the engine that you say is worth $2,000, he says is fit for a boat anchor, meaning zero value.
Did you get any of my information from the clerk at all?
No.
Are you able to pull up my name and my case and see if
I'm
there's?
looking at the file right now. There's nothing in it.
Oh, wow. How did that?
I don't know.
You're kidding me.
I'm not. Why would I kid you?
Wow.
I'm trying to figure out
Wow.
the answer to this question. And so what I come down to is this. Ms. Reinhardt, you had the burden of proof. You haven't met it. You haven't met that burden. I can't find for you in this case. I
Okay.
can't say that Mr. Tollefson owes you this, $7,000 that you're claiming. I'm hoping that Mr. Tollefson has been truthful in this, in what he has said he has done. And I don't know why that hasn't translated itself through to you in this process, but I'm going to deny your claim, Ms. Reinhardt.
flag. For you.
So I'm going to enter a judgment in favor of Thomas Tollefson against Shannon Reinhardt. Following a trial and so there'll be 0 awarded to Ms. Reinhardt in this case. I guess all that I can say will be your copies. Each of you can have a copy of this to go. Any deals you do in the future, put it on paper. Get both parties to sign it so that there's some evidence of what goes on. You may all be old friends at one point, but you can see what happens after the passage of time. These things kind of go away, they fade from memory, or they're way back in the memory bank somewhere, and you get real unhappy with the outcome of the case. So, Mr. Reinhardt, step up here. I'll give you a copy of this.
Oh, Mr. Charlton?
I'll give you, I'll ask you to hand one to Ms. Reinhardt too. And then you're both
And is it
finished for the
15 or
day.
30 days I can put
Thank
in
you.
for appeal? 30?
I'm sorry?
To appeal your judgment, is it 15 or 30
30?
days?
Yeah, within 30 days of
Okay,
today.
good. Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome.
Appreciate your help. Thank you
You're
for your
welcome.
time, sir.
You're welcome. All right, that's all, Mr. Tollefson. Thank you. Ms. Reinhardt, thank you.
This is the one section that exceeds your 2.5-minute limit, so it cannot be used as one clip under your rules. The most important portion is 2134 to 2350, 216. The judge discovers that there is essentially no supporting evidence in the file, then explains that Shannon has the burden of proving her claim. He ultimately says she has not met that burden, denies her claim, and enters judgment in favor of Thomas, awarding Shannon 0. He then gives both parties advice to put future agreements in writing. This is the essential ending and should definitely be included.